Humans, what have you learned?
It's review time. Yes, it is time for my review of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. But before I get into the review, I am going to state straight off the bat, I am not going to base my review score on the original title. It's not going to happen. I may bring up aspects of the original title, but I am not going to base my review score on the original. Yes, I am a fan of the original, but I'm going to give this game its dues and base it on its own merit. It wouldn't be fair to the Chinese room if I did, and it wouldn't be fair to any new players coming into the series. So, on that note, let's jump straight into my review of Bloodlines 2. So, where to start with my review of this game? Well, let's start with the story, because for me, that is always the aspect I go for first. You play as Fire, or as you are also known, the Nomad. And you're awoken from hibernation, you're woken up from torpor in modern day Seattle with no idea how you got there. A mysterious voice of another vampire called Fabian in your ear, and a mysterious mark on your hand, and the two of you team up, one to figure out how Fabian got where he is because he has shattered memories, but also to find out who has branded you, who has taken away your powers, and solve the mystery of the whole lot. It is very, very well written. I enjoyed it from start to finish. Yes, this is a action RPG. There are 6 different endings, so your playthrough may differ slightly to mine. And that is where your clans come in. You have 6 clans in this game. I won't go into the drama of that and what they were going to do before they released it. But you have 6 clans, so that's a clan for each ending, if that's the way you want to go. Each clan is individual. They have different traits and abilities. And they also have different fighting styles, because this game is played in first person and it is a brawler. Yes, there are guns in this game, but they are not used in the traditional way. You can't pick them up and use them like a first person shooter. You pick them up with your vampire telekinesis, you empty a clip into them, and then throw the gun at some other willing victim. And I actually like that. They have done an amazing job of making you feel like this a badass vampire elder, and it's really, really well done. The combat itself is very, very basic. You have your light attacks, you have your heavy attacks, you have your dodge, and you have your parry. Now, the parry and the dodge system are all tied in together. So if you want to parry somebody, you have to dodge into them as they are attacking, which is completely counterintuitive. My personal thoughts on that, it should have been mapped to another button on the pad, and even have the option of, say, a glint on the side of the screen stating you're going to get attacked from either your left or your right or from behind, because you have no way of parrying more than one opponent. So if you're surrounded, it's not a very good thing to have. Yeah, you may use the dodge, but it's not a very well implemented feature. I just didn't feel it flowed with the way the combat should flow. Now, as for being a vampire elder, you have these abilities, and the abilities in this game are absolutely awesome. I played as a Tremere. They're blood sorcerers. You can turn somebody into a walking blood bomb. You can make somebody scream, throw an item, because you can pick up anything. You can pick up pieces of wood, bottles, throw it at somebody, and they explode when they've been affected by this ability of the Tremere. And each clan is different. They play different. Some of them are built around stealth. Some of them are built around brawling. Your boss fights, yes, you will have to, how do I put it, go all in brawling. You can't do a stealth attack on a boss, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. It all flows quite nicely, other than that parry system. Now, this game is set in a semi-open world, very much akin to RoboCop. So your main missions are tied to certain locations. You can't revisit them. You do have interiors that you can go in. and speak to other clan members, which ties me into your abilities. You purchase your abilities back from each clan, and that is done through feeding. Now, feeding in this game is done in a very unique way. You can't just go off and feed, well, you can go feed off anyone, but there are specific blood types, and they are color coded. So you will have red, you will have pink, and you will have blue, and each represents a certain emotion. So you have fear, you have anger, and you have love or romance. And that is used then to purchase these abilities. The abilities then are purchased via XP, and it does a good job of giving you all the XP you need, but you will have to farm these blood points in a sense, and it's really fun to do because you can go into your vampire vision, as you can see there on screen. Enemies show up as gold, but it is really enjoyable. You can hear their heartbeat, then you can go down and have a conversation with them, and that is really, really fun to do. If you go up to somebody who is flashing blue and you talk to him in a non-etiquette manner, they may decide that like you're a threat and start running, and you end up going down an alleyway chasing after them, and you get your feed on, and you obviously accumulate the blood points for fear. But all this has to be done without breaking the masquerade. Now, if you break the masquerade in this game, it is game over. You will just get staked by the court, and you have to reload your previous checkpoint. But to avoid that, you can traverse up drain pipes, up the side of buildings, and you're doing it at such speed. It is awesome. You really feel they have done such an amazing job of making this game make you feel you are this badass vampire. It is absolutely brilliant. I can't fault it at all. They have done an amazing job. You also have a variety of collectibles through this game. All of them are collected with your telekinesis because it's all blood magic and cameras that are littered around the map. They're very basic, but they do have some tie to a side mission within one of the clans, so you do get an ending once you've collected all of these certain collectibles. You also have your codec that you collect items, journal pages, newspaper clippings from newspaper dispensers, and you can go back and read it. There is a lot of lore in this, and it all ties into the gameplay. It is really well done, as you can see there, using the telekinesis to pull them towards you for a fight. It feels really, really good, and I had so much fun with this. And there's so many different ways that you can play this game. It has got so much replayability. It is unreal. As I said, 6 different endings, 6 different clans, each with their own perks and traits and play styles. So there is a lot that you can do within this. It is brilliant. You can unlock all of the abilities in one playthrough by farming, obviously, then blood points, and then you are the ultimate elder vampire. It's just this power trip that you have while playing it. It is absolutely brilliant, and all in all, the combat in this game does work. It's simple, it works, but as I said, that parry system, they really need to either think about a way of patching in a new way of doing it, or it's just a case of I just can't get my head around it. It might just be one of them things. Now, when it comes to how dynamic this world is, the newspaper clippings in this world are very dynamic. They're very much akin to the original game. So you go and do a side mission, blow up a building or whatever it is you may be doing, that will be noted in the newspapers. You also have a dynamic radio that when you exit your haven, that updates you on what's going on in the world. It's really, really well done. Side missions in this game. Now, side missions in this game, it's a missed opportunity. And this is where I will compare it to the original. It's not going to affect my review score, but I will compare it. In this, they feel very much tacked in as filler. It's this whole deliver a parcel here, kill this person. it didn't feel very fleshed out. The original game had fully fleshed out side missions. Some of them were actually better than the main story in the original game. So I think that is a missed opportunity on the Chinese Room's part. But obviously, they didn't have a lot of time to get this finished, if I was to be perfectly honest. So hats off to them for getting us what we have got. But the other little thing that the Chinese Room have done, and this is where I would say they have put their spin on the game, and this is when you are playing as Fabian. Now, Fabian doesn't have any combat. It technically turns into a first-person noir detective novel, and it is so well done. It pushes the story forward. You're doing memories in modern day. You're also doing memories of Fabian's in old Seattle. I thought it was a nice way to break up the pace of the main game when you're playing as Fire. I thought they have done an amazing job with that. I enjoyed it. May not be everyone's cup of tea, but that's the way of the just the way the game is. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. It's like Marmite. But all in all, gameplay wise, this game really does work. Has a few little issues, but it works. Now, how does this game look? Now, this game looks amazing. It is in UE5. You have this snow-covered Seattle. You have steam coming out of vets. You've got the neon lights from the shops. It looks really pretty, all set during Christmas time. It looks and feels alive. It is brilliant. It sets the tone for what this game is. It's dark, it's gritty, it's bloody, and it's brutal. The main characters in this game are really well detailed. And while I'm on about details, cosmetics in this game. When you want to change your outfit, they are tied to your abilities. So you can unlock every single outfit in this game as long as you unlock every single ability. NPCs react to what you're wearing, but when it comes to customization, this game is lacking. As you can see, it is very, very basic. I know they are patching in facial hair for this game, which should have been in the game from the get-go, but it is what it is. It is a very RPG light type of RPG. There's not much customization in it at all. You are locked into a specific character. It's not a fully fledged RPG. But back to the visuals, NPCs is where it's lacking. I think I fed on the same NPC 5 or 6 times during my playthrough, and that is very, very jarring. It didn't help at all. So maybe a little bit more variation via a patch, change it up a little bit, because there's only so many times I can feed on the same woman with a pink woolly hat on. As for UE5 optimizations, this game needs optimizing. Performance mode, you can play the game. Quality mode, it is absolutely shocking. The frames drop to the point where it is non-playable. You do have frame drops in performance mode, especially when you are traversing between interior and exterior, and if the fights are getting a little bit on the hectic side. So performance mode is the way to go if you are playing this at the moment. We need to wait for them to optimize the game, especially UE5. It's your typical tropes with UE5, if I was to be perfectly honest, but it is annoying. I want to see what this looks like in full quality mode, and I'm going to have to wait because it is nowhere near optimized. But all in all, this game does look pretty. It really does. It helps the whole game. But that then takes me to audio. You can't have pretty visuals without decent audio. It's got an awesome soundtrack. The ambient noise in this game is top notch. You can hear police cars. You can hear the heartbeats of NPCs while you are hunting them. It's brilliant. You can hear the mumblings of people as they're walking down the street. They've done an amazing... The ambient noise just helps. It helps with the visuals. It really, really does. And as I said, you have this dynamic radio in the Haven, so that's a nice touch with the audio. Very well done when it comes to the audio for your main characters in this game, maybe not the NPCs. I did have an issue with the NPCs when I was feeding on a female character and the male track dropped over the top of it, and I had vice versa with feeding on a male and the female audio track came over. Other than that, top notch work. The main characters are voiced exceptionally well. It's not phoned in, and I will give a shout out to Jane Perry, who voices Diana in the Hitman games. She does an absolutely amazing job of voicing an aristocratic vampire. She is absolutely awesome. So a shout out to Jane Perry for a very, very well performed piece of work when it comes to her character in this. Your main character is voiced by a very suave European flared voice actor. He's done an amazing, especially the male one. I didn't play it as a female, but the male one, you definitely get that inkling that he's an elder vampire and he's well and truly not in the time period he should be in. Absolutely brilliant. The audio is bang on. Other than that little issue with the NPC's audio tracks switching, I have not had an issue with the audio in this game at all. So I absolutely love this game. I think it is absolutely brilliant. But what am I going to give it? Well, for me, this game is really, really well done. For the short period of time the Chinese room have had to get this over the finish line, I will take my hat off. Throw it over there. I will take my hat off to them. They have done an amazing job. I've enjoyed every single moment I have been playing this game. My only gripes is what I didn't mention before with the abilities is you have, well, I think I did. I can't remember. It's a long video. But there's no flow to the abilities, especially when you're swapping them out. They needed to put in, say, a radial wheel for that instead of this whole pause into the menu to change your powers out. That they should have done, put a radial wheel in. The lack of customization, another issue. I know they are patching it, but it's still an issue. If it's an RPG, you want to make this vampire fantasy that you're playing through your own, and it feels very, very lackluster in that aspect. You also have the issue of, say, let's have a look where I've put it on here, the subpar side missions. As I said in the review, they're not very fleshed out. They're very much cookie cutter filler, which is a shame. Very much a missed opportunity. Optimization, definitely an issue, but it's Unreal Engine 5. So what am I going to give this game? For me, I am going to give this game an 8 out of 10, purely based on them issues I have with it. Your parry system, that is my big gripe. That knocked the full whole point off that whole not having it on a separate button. I think they should find a way of trying to patch in a different control scheme, because I did not find it intuitive whatsoever to dodge into a character who's attacking me. It didn't work in the slightest. But 8 out of 10. I absolutely enjoyed the game. I'm going to be playing the hell out of it. It's got a lot of replayability. 6 endings, 6 different clans, 6 different ways of playing it. Stealth is also very good in the game, which I forgot to mention. Stealth is really, really well done. It's one of them simple games that scratches an itch, and it's really enjoyable. It's a diamond in the rough, and I know the Chinese room are going to be supporting it into 2026. There is optimizations coming, FOV sliders are being added, you've got DLC coming, facial hair, as I said, is being patched in. There's a lot that they could patch in to make this game even better, but I have given it 8 out of 10, and I would recommend it to anyone. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what different ways the story can branch off to get different endings in this game. It is really good. Yes, it is nowhere near the original, but I am not basing my score on that at all. That is a whole separate game to me. This is somebody else's take on Bloodlines series, and they have done an amazing job. So thank you, Chinese Room, for getting it out. So there is my review for Bloodlines 2. I hope you found it informative. I hope you found it helpful. Is it something that you're going to go out and buy now that you have watched my review? Please let me know in the comments below. And if you have got this far into the video and you want to know what else is coming to the channel, you're going to have to hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified. And if you're a returning viewer and you haven't done so, please do the same. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, and it helps the channel. So on that note, weather the storm, and I'll see you all on the next one.
Humans, what have you learned?